I am a conservative rabbi. I'm the child of a conservative rabbi.
I'll see you guys soon.
I'm a rabbi in Berkeley. I'm a rabbi who fights for marriage equality, for peace, for racial justice, who agitates for the end of global hunger, who works on economic justice. All of these labels end up pigeonholing me for some people. Then I say, and I'm a Zionist. I'm a passionate Zionist. And they say, how can that be? And the answer is, I am a Zionist because I'm a champion of all of these progressive values. To be a Zionist is to work for the betterment of humanity. There are a lot of things that a rabbi can do if they're listening well. And a blog might seem not related to that, but for today's leaders of any kind, faith leaders, entrepreneurial leaders, if you aren't swimming in the world of social media, you are only doing part of what you can do. Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of those can be an integral part of a healthy response to the world. I was in Israel during the Gaza war 2 summers ago.
As soon as we arrived, missiles started flying from Gaza. While my colleague just a minute ago was recording a message just like this one, an interceptor right above our heads went off and stopped a missile from killing people. It was at that moment that we all understood the significance of AIPAC's unique role, having helped secure congressional approval and U.S. funding for this life-saving technology. Our support for Israel is urgent. It is urgently needed.
What I was seeing on Facebook from back home in the Bay Area, let alone elsewhere, was not just a lack of understanding, but a lack of willingness to see Israel under fire as worthy of a response. And so I was actually on a plane back to California when I wrote the article, I'm Done Apologizing for Israel. Because I'd had enough. I'd had enough. I'd rather be proud. I'd rather point to all of the advances that Israel, as a thriving democracy, brings into the world. It's always the time to be there for Israel. When I meet with members of Congress, it's not hard to start the conversation, actually. The relationship between Israel and the United States is vital for both countries' welfare. And now you look north, and you look east, and you look south. The world way beyond and not so far beyond, including the United States and attacks that we are enduring, it is always the moment to support Israel. People who are active, they should get more active. Now's the time. AIPAC's work has to be about Israel being a shared concern, a shared commitment. We are so strong, and that we will stand together as radically diverse people in support of Israel as Americans.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome AIPAC activist Rabbi Menachem Creditor.
Over the past couple of years, I've had the great honor to be invited, along with other activists, to the White House. And both times as I entered the gates, I felt like my ancestors were watching me crying from heaven, that a child of theirs would be invited to such a place of power. Today, as we prepare to go to Capitol Hill once again, I sense my ancestors watching me, but this time, their tears are shed out of deep worry, because the stability and steadiness of our country feels so tenuous. Because in too many places in America today, we greet one another with suspicion, or worse. We have stopped listening to one another. We have forgotten how to respect each other when we disagree. Friends, you and I know that the pro-Israel community cannot and must not embrace the politics of hate. The politics of division and distrust, of partisanship and polarization, not now, not ever. Jewish history tells us that hatred is what tore our home apart 2,000 years ago. And today we owe our world much, much better than that. Have we learned the painful lessons of our own history? Or have we forgotten the communal cost of hatred? We come from so many different backgrounds, and that should be the beauty and strength of our movement. We all, progressives and conservatives alike, are fueled by our passion to keep the alliance between America and Israel rock solid. When there is so much passion, we must make sure that we transcend party politics and acknowledge the worth of those with whom we disagree so that we can commit to addressing the issues that matter most to Israel's future strength and survival. But AIPAC's commitment to bipartisanship isn't just about us being mensches in the world. Bipartisanship is an ethical obligation to see the humanity in the face of the other. Friends, the only way to keep Israel strong and to build a beloved community here in the United States is to regard the multiplicity of voices within our community and our nation as sacred. And so as we meet with our leaders today to talk about ways to work together to make America and Israel stronger and safer, let us be mindful of the very real responsibility we carry. May we lead by example, an example that all our ancestors would be proud of. Thank you.